Good. So 2 prayers. Which one would you like to do?
I can do the Saraswati one.
Saraswati, Ariane, teacher. You go, Bea.
Okay. Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Yunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvina Vaditamastu Ma Vichavahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Good. Just for a bit, Ariane, when you're doing Shanti, this is, you know how it is. So it's so there's 3 times, right? So it's Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That's actually the words. But then because of a Sandhi, the Visargaha turns into Shiva, right? So Bea, this is also, so this is, a lot of people don't know this, a lot of people. But when you're doing 3 times, you know, actually what it says is Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That's the 3 times. So we're asking for harmony for ourselves, for an environment, for everything around us, and also for unseen aspects. So we in Bali you would say Sekala Nishkala. So what you can see, what you can see, and also for yourself. But what I wanted to pay attention on, so there's a Sandhi there, right? So the Visargaha turns into Shiva. So you're actually having, it's like Shantish. You hear that? Shantish, Shantish. So you're having an emphasis. So all the sibilants are hard aspirate. So it's not just Shanti, Shanti. You're landing on a Shiva. So it's like Shanti, Shanti. You hear that? So now I'm doing, let's say, not correct. Shanti, Shanti, right? But you're landing on a Shiva S. So it's Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You hear the difference? You hear the difference?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And you hear the difference, right? You could hear it? Yeah? Okay, good. Try one more time.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Good. So then it's the Shiva, the Sandhi, and you get that very beautifully. Okay, good, very good. Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, where are we? Okay, so last time we had that funny thing, right? Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, Bea. You know what? One thing I had to learn with it took me a while. I remember also with Swamiji, you know, because you're coming usually, like all of us, you know, we're coming from backgrounds, maybe with, you know, we had this kind of like maybe with teachers, and you know, you're supposed to be on time, and you know, this kind of like have order and discipline, you know, and I remember also like with Swamiji, this thing of like like you know, like, I don't know, like that kind of background. And it really took, it was really a process to come to a place where he had no agenda. And every time I was like, I'm sorry, he said, don't say sorry, because you know, there's nothing to be sorry about. You know, we all have, there's always things, you know, we can have a doctor appointment, we can, you know, there can be all kinds of things that we have to, you know, step up and do. And it's like, you know, there's no agenda for anybody to have to be here or have to be on time, or, you know, there's no agenda. And I know that feeling. For me, I remember for myself, like when I came to Swamiji, you know, I was like, oh, I'm sorry for that, I'm sorry for that. And then just naturally kind of like, I realized he had no agenda for me, you know, if I was, you know, late or not late. Of course, for myself, you know, I always, I want to be there, and I do it, but I do it for myself. So never feel like you have to explain yourself or be sorry for anything, or, you know, just feel like completely relaxed. And there's, when you're having that kind of desire to know, that's enough for, you know, from there, you're going to find the people that are going to share with you and want to share with you, you know, and there's no agenda, and there's no kind of like wanting or manipulating or wanting anything from you guys. It's just pure sharing and pure love, you know. So I just want to say that, so you can, and I have totally understanding that there are logistic and totally understandable. Okay, that was just a side thing. Okay, good. So last time we were doing this kind of like, now you gotta be, by the end of every verse, you have to make sure you have enough air, right? So make sure you're sitting upright so you can get full air. So is it anybody that like to try the whole thing? Basically to go, Amayantu Brahmacharina Swaha, and then all the way down to Shamayantu. Is there anybody who feels ready, or should we do it step by step? Anybody feel ready? How do you feel, Ariane? Are you up for that challenge?
Two line.
Well, I was actually thinking to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to try?
I can try.
Brahma and two is not yet.
Bea, do you want to give a try? Bea,
Yes.
yeah, Bea can go first. Hi, Alice.
Hello. Okay, I'll try.
I'll try.
Amayantu brahmacharina swaha. Vimayantu brahmacharina swaha. Pramayantu brahmacharina swaha. Damayantu brahmacharina swaha. Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha.
Good. So you corrected yourself on the last two. So you did really well. And the last, when you did swaha, the last one, really good. The previous one you did swaha, okay? So you did the correct one, the last one. And then make a note on the first one, they are long, right? So you got to drop twice. Not just and then you're going to stay on the red carpet. Same thing with the second one. So it's short, long. Vimayantu. And the same thing with the third one. So you got short, long. Pramayantu. Do you want to try one more time?
Yeah, okay. Amayantu brahmacharina swaha.
Swaha. Hold on. Swaha. There. Get this one because you did it the last time. Swaha.
I'll start again. Amayantu brahmacharina swaha. Vimayantu brahmacharina swaha.
No, but you went back. Swaha.
Swaha. Pramayantu brahmacharina swaha. Damayantu brahmacharina swaha. Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha.
Good. So now you got that swaha. And the more you open up, the more the sun's gonna come. Make a note on your shama. So it's not shama, it's shama. Good, very good. Ariane, you look ready. You ready to go? Okay, go for it.
Amayantu brahmacharina swaha. Vimayantu brahmacharina swaha. Pramayantu brahmacharina swaha. Damayantu brahmacharina swaha. Samayantu brahmacharina swaha.
Takes your breath, right? It takes your breath away completely. Yep, you gotta hold on. Good, very good.
There's
Okay.
also more, so I don't know how you get to the end.
Oh yeah, it's more to go. So you gotta go. Make sure you have that breath. Make a note, Ariane. Shiva S. Shama, Shama, right? And then when you come to the end, before you go, brahmacharinas, you're landing on a Saraswati. Can you do that? I noticed, yeah, I noticed that with the Balinese, because I'm in Bali, you have a tendency to go this way. I don't know, you do something like, I think there's your Balinese siblings, so it could be tricky to go. So this is dental. So brahmacharya swaha. So it's really here, not to the side or. Do you want to try to do the last line? Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha.
Samayantu brahmacharina swaha.
Very good. Very good. All right. Alice.
Just finding the page. Where is it? There. Oh, there we are. Amayantu brahmacharna swaha.
Hold on. Go back again. Go back again. Long, long. Amayantu.
Amayantu brahmacharna swaha. Vimayantu brahmacharna swaha. Pramayantu brahmacharna swaha. Namayantu brahmacharna swaha. Shamayantu brahmacharna swaha.
Good. All right.
I struggle with the na at the end. It's like, oh gosh, I've got a repa, and then it's a re, and then
So from this, nas.
Yeah.
Nas. It's very unusual position. Nas. You
I
can
can
speak.
do it independently, but as part of the word, it's like, oh, my mouth feels like all over the place.
I know. And actually, the next part is even trickier because now you still have the swaha, so it's taking your breath, but it changes the melody. All right, so it's a little bit tricky, but I help you. I'll be with you. So the next line, we can go straight to the new ones. It goes like this. Yasho jane sani swaha. So let's start with Bea.
Yes.
Yasho.
Yasho.
Good. So you see that longness, right? Short, long.
Long.
Yasho jane.
Yasho jane.
Good. Sani
Sani.
swaha.
Swaha.
Good. Yasho jane.
Yasho jane.
Yasho jane.
Yasho jane.
Good. Yasho jane sani.
Yasho jane sani.
Swaha.
Swaha.
Yasho jane sani swaha.
Yasho jane sani. Swaha.
Make a note on the jane. That's a long there. So if you make that short, you're
Mm.
gonna fall off. Yasho jane sani swaha.
Yasho jane sani. Swaha.
Listen to the melody. Yasho jane sani swaha.
Yasho jane sani. Swaha.
Yasho jane.
Yasho jane.
Good. Yasho jane sani.
Yasho jane sani.
Good. Yasho jane sani swaha.
Yasho jane sani. Swaha.
Yeah, you got it. Excellent. Okay, Ariani. Yasho.
Yasho,
Shh, shh. Yasho.
Yasho,
Shh. Yasho. Shh.
Yasho,
Yasho jane.
Yasho jane,
Yasho jane.
Yasho jane,
Good. Yasho jane sani.
Yasho jane sani.
So when you start reading, you fall off. I say that you get distracted. So try to just listen. Yasho jane.
Yasho jane,
Good. Yasho jane sani.
Yasho jane sani.
Yasho jane sani. You're doing great. You're almost you're doing well. Yasho jane.
Sorry, my internet off.
Ah, okay.
So I try to reconnect.
We can hear you.
You can? Yeah. Yasho jane.
So when you're reading, you're putting length on the akara. Okay. So it's yasho jane sani.
Yasho jane sani.
I'm trying to get you. You see this one. So first you have ya, right? And then you have sho, which is long. Now you need to make a note for the third syllables. It's a short. It's just ja. And then you got a long. So it's actually short, long, short, long. Yashojane.
Yasojani.
Yes, hold on to that. Yashojane.
Yasojani.
Good. Yashojane sani.
Yasojani sani.
You went back now. Don't stay on the akara. Yashojane sani.
Yasojani sani.
No. Yashojane sani.
Yasojani sani.
I want you to be careful with the akara. So you're staying too long on the akara. That's why it falls off. So ya sho ja ne. Ya sho ja ne sani.
Can't hear you.
Huh?
I can't hear you.
You can. You did it. Okay. I promise you, you did it. That's why I know I'm pushing. I know I'm pushing you a little bit because I know you could do it. So just go like, follow me. Follow me. Don't give up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sho
So,
ja
ja,
ne.
ne.
Good. Yasho jane.
Yasojani.
Good. Yasho jane.
Yasojani.
Yes. Yasho jane.
Yasojani.
Yes. Hold on. Yasho jane sani.
Yasojani sani.
Yes. You did it. Good. Very good. All right. Make sure. Do this. You're doing really well. Yes. Good. Okay. Alice. Yasho jane
Yashojane
sani.
sani.
Swaha.
Swaha.
Yashojane sani swaha.
Yashojane sani sa. Swaha.
Good. One more time.
Yashojane sani swaha.
Good. Good. You're doing very good. Okay, it's not easy. Now, see, try this now. If you're starting from Damayantu Brahmacharina Swaha. Sorry. Shamayantu Brahmacharina Swaha. Yashojane sani Swaha. So you go straight from the previous one. So you got it, you completely. Yashojane sani Swaha. Alice, do you want to try? So you start from Damayantu.
Damayantu brahmacharina swaha. Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. Yashojane sani swaha.
Melody. So so you go. So I take from the pre because then it's like a puzzle, right? Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. Yashojane sani swaha. Try one more time. So you can start from Shama, so you just the previous one.
Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. Yashojane sani swaha.
Good. Okay, so it's a tricky one there, eh? Because it's like you completely shifting the melody. That the previous one is just the same. You kind of just have to know the first part, and then suddenly it's like completely Yashojane sani swaha, and it's getting a little bit more trickier. So it's going to be one of those tricky parts. Okay, Bia, can you do the same thing from Shamayantu Brahmacha?
Yes. Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. Yashojane sani swaha.
Good. Good. Just the previous one where when you went swa swaha so make sure you get that. Good, very good. Ariani.
Samayantu brahmacharina swaha yasojani sani sa yasojani sani swaha
Yashojane.
yasojani sani swaha
Yashojane.
yasojani
Short akara. Yashojane.
yasojani
Not jane. No. Yashojane.
yasojani
Good. Sani.
sani
Swaha.
swaha
Good. Okay. Okay, this one is even trickier. Okay. So this one, when you're having, first of all, you got a Shiva S, which is hard aspirate. So it means that you have to have breath to make that. Otherwise, you hear people go like Shiva, 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 Shiva. It's hard. It's coming from the diaphragm. So make sure you got a deep breath. Shreyan Vasya Sosani. It's tricky one. Shreyan. We start with there, Alice. Shreyan.
Shreyan.
Good. Shreyan Vasya.
Shreyan Vasya.
Shreyan Vasya.
Shreyan Vasya.
Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Shreyan Vasya Sosyani. Sosani.
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 Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Shreyan Vasya I lost it.
I think it's because the first A, you make it too short. Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Shreyan Vasya Sosani. It's that last.
It's a tricky one. The first one, I'd like you to just stay a little bit longer on that one. Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
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 Good. Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Good, you're almost there. Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Good, almost there. Just more length on the first A. Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Yes, there it is. And then you got to go Swaha as well. Shreyan Vasya Sosani Swaha.
Shreyan Vasya Sosani Swaha.
Good. Still have to put length on the first one, okay? And kind of make it, but it's gonna come. Good, very good. Okay, Bea. Shreyan
Shreyan
Vasya
Vasya
Sosani.
Sosani.
Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
So you got a long yan there. Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Shreyan Vashyasosani.
Make a note on the second syllable. Shreyan, yan, Shreyan Vashyasosani.
Shreyan Vashyasosani.
Good. Can still make it a little bit longer on the second okay. Shreyan Vashyasosani.
Shreyan Vashyasosani.
Good. And then the last part. Shreyan Vashyasosani Swaha.
Shreyan Vashyasosani Swaha.
Good. All right. And the more breath and the less you start reading and relaxing, and once you kind of know it, try to get away from reading so you can just focus on the instrument rather than the eyes get occupied. All right. Ariani. Shreyan. Oh. I can hear you.
Shreyan.
Shreyan. I think we're losing you a little bit, Ariana. I think the internet is a little bit slow. Can you hear us?
Yes, but I will off and I will restart again. I think my internet is problem, so I leave for a moment and I will connect you again.
Okay, good. All
Sorry
right.
about that.
No, don't worry. Don't say sorry. Alice, do you want to try to do from Shamayantu and then the 3 lines?
Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. Yashojanesani swaha. Shreyavan asya so. This is where it goes to bits. All right, I'm stuck on the last one.
Start again. You can start from the beginning or from the second line.
Shamayantu brahmacharana swaha. Yashojanesani swaha. Shreyavanasya so sani swaha. It's a swara.
It's okay. You just you drop the vakara. That's why. Shreyan Vasyasosani.
Shreyan Vasya Sosani.
Good. Swaha.
Swaha. Those are my favorite bits, the swaha. I like those. It's worth it to get to the swaha.
Bea, do you want to do the same? From the Shamayantu.
Macharina Swaha. Yashojanesani Swaha. Shreyan Vasyasosani Swaha.
Good. You did really well. You just did one thing, and it's the same thing you did. You forgot your long Shreyan. So you got to make a nice little note there because you have a tendency to go Shreyan Vasya. So you got to go Shreyan Vasya Sosani. You want to try one more time?
Yes. Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. Yashojanesani swaha. Shreyan Vasyasosani swaha.
Shreyan Vashyasosani Swaha. So make a note. Those two, you got to make them. So think about when you do Shre, pull to the side. Shreyan. So make that as a like you programming even your jaw to do it, and then the jaw's going to give you the memory. Shreyan Vashyasosani. It's going to be sitting there. It's going to give all the memory power. Think about like, you know, these guys could memorize the Veda, 4 Vedas by heart. That's a memory skill, and of course intelligence and all that. But there's also a lot to do with how you move your mouth, because if you know that this is where I'm going, it becomes an instrument, right? So you're not kind of unsure. You know that Shreyan Vashyasosani. Now, the other thing that you can think about, that you to is when you're coming to, for example, Yashojane Sanis. So you're landing on Sanis, Sanis. Now, because you're landing on a Saraswati, you know that you're taking off on a Saraswati, right? Because Sandhi rule is that it's following or it's following, it can be of course another letter like the same sthanam, but you kind of narrowing down the letters, the following letters. So that's another way to memorize the verses, because you don't have to be like, which letter is it, what's the next word? You know that, okay, it's sanis. You're already at a dental position, and then you take off. You know what? You understand what I'm saying? Swaha. Good. Good. All right. Oh, now she disappeared again. Shall we try? Shall we do one? How are you feeling? Is it too much for you? Are you being dizzy? Are you okay?
I'm okay. It's just like dealing with period brain. So everything kind of goes through a filter, you know, where it's just like people are speaking words, you get it, but it's just like I'm dealing with words and symbols, you know. I'm not into like
Why don't we do this?
I like it. I like the sounds and everything, but it's just like
Why don't we do like this? Because and to get that, like practicing more the breath. Alice, give it a try to start from Amai, and you go all the way down now to Shreyan Vashyasosani. So make sure.
Amayantu brahmacharana swaha Vimayantu brahmacharana swaha Pramayantu brahmacharana swaha Damayantu brahmacharana swaha Shamayantu brahmacharana swaha Yashojane sani swaha Shreyan Vasyasosani swaha.
Good, very good. Just the last one needs a little bit polishing. Good, very good. Bea.
Brahmacharina swaha. Vimayantu brahmacharina swaha. Pramayantu brahmacharina swaha. Damayantu brahmacharina swaha. Shamayantu brahmacharina swaha. Yashojane sani swaha. Shriyan Vashyasosani swaha. Shriyan Vashya. Oh, I think
You did really well. Just one thing. So you gotta make even like really, it's a long Shreyan. There's a long one.
I made a circle, I underlined it and everything. It just... I will take color now.
What you can do is practice without reading. So for next, not for next week, we're just gonna Shreyan. So just do that part and practice that one. Good. Okay. Are we shall we do? Are you okay to do one more? Because sometimes the brain is like, oof, I'm dizzy. I can't think anymore. And that happens. It's absolutely normal. So if you tell me, you said, no, Ingla, had it, then we will just practice what we, or we give one more. Are you okay? Or no? Yes.
I'm open to trying it. I'm always open to trying it just to see. And then if I fall flat on my face, then that happens. But otherwise, why not?
Are you, Ariane, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay, but I want to try the Shreya.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do it. Shreyan.
Shreyan.
Good. Shreyan Vashyaso.
Shreyan Wasyaso.
Make sure you get the long. Shreyan Vashyaso.
Shreyan Wasyaso.
Good. Shreyan Vashyaso Sani.
Shreyan Wasyaso Sani.
Shreyan.
Shreyan.
Good. I want you to make sure that that one is long. Okay. Shre. So one thing to remember, like I said to the other girls, Shreyan. Okay. Make sure you go Shreyan Vashyaso Sani.
Shreyan Wasyaso Sani.
Yes. Good. There you got it. Got it. Shreyan Vashyaso Sani.
Shreyan Wasyaso Sani.
Shreyan Vashyaso Sani.
Shreyan Wasyaso Sani.
Are you reading? Are you reading now? Yeah. Take it
Yes.
away because I have you're doing so much better when you're just listening. Shreyan.
Shreyan.
Good. Shreyan Vashyaso.
Shreyan Wasyaso.
Shreyan Vashyaso.
Shreyan Wasyaso.
Shreyan.
Shreyan.
Good. Shreyan Vashyaso.
Shreyan Wasyaso.
Good. Shreyan Vashyaso Sani.
Shreyan Wasyaso Sani.
Yes. Well done. You want to try the whole thing now? Shreyan Vashyaso Sani Swaha. Don't read. I can see your eyes going to the book. Trust yourself.
Shreyan Wasyaso Sani. Swaha.
Did the eyes go on this? Trust yourself. You're like, I trust myself. Shreya Vashyaso Sani.
Shreyan Wasyaso Sani.
Shreyan
Shreyan
Vashyaso Sani.
Wasyaso Sani. Swaha.
Yes. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Okay, we can just introduce the next one so you don't get too tired. Now, again, the melody changes. So you notice like every line here is like a new melody. So it's really like it's a lot of things happening. So here it goes, tan tua bagaf. Now here, you have a dvitvam. Tan tua bagap pravishani. Swaha. Tantwa. I can start with Alice. Tantwa.
Tantwa.
Tantwa bhaga.
Tantwa bhaga.
So you're landing on a pakara. Bhagap.
Bhagap.
Yeah. Bhagap. Tantwa bhagap.
Tantwa bhagap.
Tantwa bhagap pravishani.
Tantwa bhagap pravishani. Pravishani.
Pravishani.
Pravishani.
Good. Tantwa bhagap pravishani.
Tantwa bhagap pravishani.
Tantwa bhagap pravishani. Swaha.
Tantwa bhagap pravishani. Swaha.
Almost.
So last bit.
Ariani. Tantwa.
Tantwa.
Good. Tantwa bhagap
Tantwa bhagap
pravishani.
pravisani.
Tantwa bhagap.
Tantwa bhagap
Good. Tantwa bhagap pravishani.
Tantwa bhagap pravisani.
Good. So you notice that when you have a dvitvam, you have a half matra longer, right? So it's like tantwa bhagap. You actually, it's like you're making a little statement, like you stop, like a little break there. Tantwa bhagap pravishani.
Tantwa bhagap pravisani swaha.
Good. Almost. You're doing really well. Tantva bhagap pravishani swaha.
Tantwa bhagap pravisani swaha.
Good. What you're doing is that you're putting too long time on the akara in the pra. Okay. If you can get that, you all through. Okay. So make a note, make a little note there. So it's only pra. It's not pra. Tantva bhagap pravishani swaha.
Tantwa bhagap pravisani swaha.
It's that little akara. If you can hear, if you can shift that, you got it, Ariane. Okay. So what you can do, you can go back to the recording and listen, and you hear the difference between pra and pra. Okay. But you're almost there. You almost got it. Okay.
Thank you.
Bea, so we are just on the next line. So it goes like this. Tantwa. Oh, we couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Oh. Tantwa
Tantwa bhagap.
bhagap.
So you're landing on a pakara. Bhagap. So you have a drift on that. Tantwa bhagap pravishanis.
Tantwa bhagap pravishani swaha. Oh,
Good.
sorry, continued.
No, that was good. Just make a note on that you have a long tantwa is a long one. Tantwa
yes.
bhagap pravishani swaha.
Tantwa bhagap pravishani swaha.
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 Tantwa bhagap pravishani swaha.
Tantwa bhagap pravishanis. Oh, try again. Tantwa bhagap pravishanis swaha.
Good. Now, the other thing that all of you can make a note, you also have a dvitvam on the nakara. So you got this kind of like, almost like you're making it, like we said, as, this kind of like asmin bim. So the same thing happens when you have tantwa bhagap, like you're making a little you're staying a half matra, which is very short, but it just kind of marks that that dental N. Everybody understand which one I'm referring to? So tantwa bhagap. That's why you get this tantwa bhagap pravishanis, and you have this bhagap. So it's also another kind of you're stopping. It's like and this is the subtleness. You know, for example, when you listen to Shalika Brothers, these are the small little things that they do that just makes the chantings vibrating. And because there are like 2-3 people and they're so synced, and it just gets very strong vibration because exactly perfect, like it's the balance and exactly the same, and the sounds and it just it's very strong. So yeah, wow, you did 3 very difficult lines. So I will send you the recording. So Yasho Janesa Niswaha Shreyan Vashyasosa Niswaha Tantwa Bhagap Pravisha Niswaha. Okay, I think that's enough for you. You got a lot of a lot of moving in your mouth. You're doing
It's
so.
yoga.
This is Swami said. This is advanced yoga. You know, this is really good. Ariane, would you like to do the swasti for us?
Yes, I try.
Yes.
Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayam tyam nyai namargi namahi mahisaha go brahmanebhyas subhamastu nityam loka samasta sukino bhavantu kale varsatu parjanaha prithvi visasasalini deso yang sobarahitaha brahmanan santu nirmayaha. Om sarve sam swastir bhavatu, sarve sam santir bhavatu, sarve sam purnam bhavatu, sarve sam manggalam bhavatu, sarve bhavatu sukinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve badrani pasyantu, maka citu kabag bawet, asatu ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jotir gamaya yoma amertang gamaya om purnamadav purnamedam purna mudyacate purna syapurna madaya purna mewawasisyate om santi 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 hari Sri Guru Byo Namaha Hari Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ariane. Thank you, everybody. You're doing so well. You're really doing so well. This is not easy. Big clap. I see you.
Thank you.
I see you on Saturday. Ariana, kita ke Wanagiri kalau mau ikut ya.